Hello and welcome to Smitty's. I am a wood cutting fanatic who loves to run a chainsaw. I run alcohol chainsaws, ported chainsaws, I race chainsaws, and I even run the occasional vintage. Now remember, I cannot do this without you. You're everything to the channel, so please remember, subscribe, give that thumbs up, leave that comment. Today, we are going to have a lot of fun. So how you doing? I have been testing square grind chain, and I've been comparing it to my grinds to kind of see how it compares to my grinds. And today is kind of in a way a continuation of that process or that project. So I've been thinking about this for a while because you guys haven't seen one of those videos in a while, and I've been thinking about it for a while. But I think I'm done doing those comparison videos. You see, I've come to realize that the two chains are basically meant for two styles of cutting. So to me, it's like trying to compare a NASCAR to an Indy car. You know, one ultimately is going to end up faster than the other, but they're two different styles. It's really not fair to compare them. You know what I mean? So I decided I'm not going to do it anymore. I've realized that square ground chain is really a faller's chain. If you're falling trees, that's where that chain really shines at, and that's where it belongs. Where, you know, round chains are great for bucking, cutting firewood, and things of that nature. But, you know, fallers, they're not making as many cuts like a firewood guy would be per piece of wood. You know, they might have 2 or 3 cuts on a tree to get it logged out of there, where a firewood guy, he's going to burn through a whole tank of gas on one log. And so it's definitely a faller's chain. Very smooth for the dog in. It really gives you a lot of control when you're dogging it in. You know what I mean? Where a round chain, when you start dogging it in, sometimes it can get a little out of hand. Square chain, you have so much control over it, it ain't even funny. And I feel it's not fair to continue comparing those two. You know, it's something I learned in this process, in the comparisons, and I feel like we should just be done with that. So from now on, I'm going to be comparing square ground chain to square chain. It's going to be hand filed, ground, whatever, but it's going to stay in the square type of family. I'll even throw something like steel hexa in there, because that's almost a square chain. You know what I mean? It's one of those almost jobs. But I feel like that's the fair way to do it, the best way to handle it, and because, you know, they're two different styles, and I feel like it's trying to compare NASCAR to an Indy car, you know what I mean, or a sprint car or something, you know. So that's the way we're going to do it. But today I'm just making some cuts on this square chain. It didn't last very long. I hit the nail, I think on the second or third cookie, so I don't know if you're going to be able to tell it on the video. But I plowed through that nail. It didn't take away a lot, but I noticed it. Basically, it messed up like 4 or 5 teeth. You know, until it plowed through the nail, it took out like 4 or 5 teeth. So I can feel it in the cut. It picked up like a vibration almost, where it's like in and out and in and out in the cut. So whatever cool video I was going to do today on that chain got ruined from a nail. Go figure, you know. I knew better when this log had black stain on the end, and when you see black, that's usually a sign of steel, and there it was. I found it. It must have been like a roofing nail or something, because it wasn't very long, because I only hit it on 1 cookie. So the cookie before it, nothing, and the cookie after it, nothing. I only hit it on 1 cookie, so it must have been something like a roofing nail or something similar, you know what I mean? So whatever video I was attempting to do on that chain, yeah, kind of got ruined. But we made some cuts with it, and it runs great. Even after I hit the nail, this chain still performed phenomenally. It picked up a little bit of vibration and stuff, but it still performed excellent. We got some more chain coming. We got 4 more coming. This one is, so to get you caught up on it, we tested out an out of the box square. We tested out a hand filed square, and then we tested out a very basic ground square grind, and this would be the next step above that, just a slightly more aggressive. I can tell you that so far this is my favorite one. It picked up a tremendous amount of self-feed in the process with the slightly different angles and stuff, significantly more than all the other, like your out of boxes and stuff. And that's one of the features that I love so much about the way a saw performs, or a chain performs, is the self-feed aspect. And this one had it. It had everything I could have asked for. If I was calling somebody up and saying, hey, grind me up a bunch of square chain, this would be it. This would be the way I'd want it right here. I love this chain. I had talked to the gentleman who ground this up for me and everything, and I kept telling him, boy, I feel bad for not mentioning your name in videos. And he doesn't want his name mentioned. So, you know, we're respecting his wishes. He just, you know, if he wants to reveal who he is, he can say it on his YouTube channel, I guess. But there's a gentleman out there sharpening up all this square for me, hitting it with the grinder. And, you know, I felt, I'm kind of an individual who, so I've always felt bad about, you know, not giving him credit for the great job that he's doing. But this is the best I can do by giving him credit, by saying, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. This chain is phenomenal. Whatever you did to this one, it was the second of the last batch. The first one was not so aggressive, or the first one was kind of a basic, I guess, grind. It's what I've been calling it. And then there was one that's a step above that. That second one, that's my favorite. So in the future, after we're done with all this testing, I'm going to end up sending you all this chain back and asking you to sharpen it all up for me. And this is the one I want right here. This is the grind, because it is phenomenal. I love it. But anyway, hey, we're going to check out some square cuts. Hey, check it out. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Nothing, you know, crazy today. Just a little square grind cutting to hit a nail and kind of ruined the moment for me. You know what I mean? But we made the best of it. And, you know, we got another saw tested. Now, I need to take this bar and put it on another saw because we got a whole lot of testing to do. I got to run 8 or 10 chains, and you probably know what I'm talking about. One cut on each chain. We're going to do that. And I think this is going to be this 372 is going to be the bigger saw that we test all those cuts on. And then what I'll do is I'll take the fastest chain on the 372. I'll take the fastest one and take that to Sawfest. I think that's what I'll do. And it won't be nothing crazy on the grind. Nothing crazy at all. I'm just going to pick out of the first batch of chains or whatever, the fastest one gets to go to Sawfest. That's how I'm going to handle it. You never know which one it'll be. But anyway, hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Later.